Show was previously recorded.
It's time to enter the world of real estate in Oahu with Hawaii's only true real estate radio show, the Team Lally Real Estate Show. Grab a pen and get ready to take notes. For the next full hour, Hawaii's premier real estate leader, Adrienne Lally, and Attilio Leonardi will bring you the latest in real estate news and real-world strategies on how they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. Now, here are your hosts, Adrienne and Attilio.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Well, hey, everybody. This is that part of the show where we bring art into your lives. And that's an acronym. Stands for what, Adrienne?
Attilio's Random Thoughts.
Yeah, but they're anything but random. So today I want to talk to you about, in general, what it looks like to not be in strife when communicating with other individuals. Mm-hmm. Who here? Raise your hand. This is radio, so I can see you. But raise your hand if you've ever had a difficult time communicating with another human being. That would be everybody. I don't need to see your hands. That's going to be everybody at some time in your life is going to have a challenge communicating with another human being. So we're going to focus on the kids, because as parents, that's one of the challenging things that we do is communicating. Well, I think the Bible says that it's hard to be a prophet in your own village. What does that mean, Adrienne?
I think you're alluding to the stranger effect. Yeah, the stranger effect.
So you're answering my question with more things that we need to say. Well, what does that mean? Then I got to go tell you what does it mean that you can't be so you're answering it with the stranger effect. So what is the stranger effect?
So that means like when a stranger comes in and gives the same kind of advice or direction that you've been giving to your child, and then they listen.
Yeah, because the kids, they won't listen to the parents, but you know who they're listening to? TikTok, Instagram.
Maybe I should be making more TikToks.
Yeah, you know what? Here's your tip of the day. You want your kids to listen to you, communicate to them via TikTok. No, that's terrible advice.
Don't do that.
Be like, I tried to get my kids to clean up their room. I sent them a TikTok video on it. And I got, 1,000 views.
Maybe some other kids watched it and they also cleaned their room.
It went viral. Kids were cleaning their rooms all across the world because of your TikTok video to your child to get them to clean their room. So the point being is that when, here's the message I'm saying is that when we come, when you push and you put a lot of pressure on the message you're trying to communicate to your kids, what do we get back?
Oh, they will push back.
Yeah.
Resistance.
Yeah, resistance. When you push and put pressure on the message that you're trying to deliver, as parents, we're doing it because we're doing it from a position of love and care, right? If I didn't care, we would just let you do whatever, right? And the opposite of care, and this is what I've heard, is that sometimes with people, you got to be stern, and it doesn't mean you don't care. It doesn't mean you don't care. It's just the opposite, is you do care, but we have to make sure that delivery of the message, maybe I think Duke should make a video once a week on behalf of the parents to their children, because he does that with from a property management standpoint. Wouldn't you like to hear Duke's message of the week to the children of the world on what they need to do to be better kids to their parents?
I would love to hear Duke's message, and I'm sure that he also has some great information on property management.
Right now, his message is out to property investors, so
yes.
we'll put that big challenge before him, because he's dealing with a big enough challenge.
That's right.
Which is taking care of people's properties. And so, Duke, are you there?
From a point of love and care, let me start there.
So you're like the parent for all these kids with properties. So what's your property parental advice this week?
So, if you have your property on the market for 90 days and you haven't got any offers and your showings are slowing down, what are your options, right? Yeah. You can take it off the market and you can live in it again, but that's not why people sell their properties.
Yeah.
So we've been getting a lot of calls from realtors who are saying, what can I offer my owner?
Yeah.
So the offer is, first of all, for Hawaii Pacific, is you have to take it off the market.
Yeah.
I cannot try to rent it if you're still trying to sell it. That's just not fair to the buy market, and it's not fair to the rent market. So, there's a lot of people renting now because they can't afford the interest rate to buy, and they're just going to go and wait this market out right now.
Yeah.
The other side of the coin is there's more properties on right now that are not selling. Now, I just came back from Las Vegas, and that market is just crumbling because people were overselling by 10 or 20%.
Mm-hmm.
Because just in April, I went to go buy a property and I put in 9 offers. I couldn't get one.
Yeah.
And I was a backup and finally got in there. And now the market is falling free fall like I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Because there's too many properties on the market and nobody's buying at 7.25%. So at 7.25% versus 3%, which is just was in March, because my interest rate is 4%. So I waited because I was trying to buy a house up there. So I know what everybody else is going through.
Yeah.
People that are first-time home buyers to people that are experienced investors, they're not getting their market yield. So they have to go back to the rental market, which most of them, because of the value, were making really good money on their rentals, right? Because we base our rental price based on the market value of your property. So when your property goes up in value, we raise your rent.
Yeah.
So,
Pretty
Duke,
simple.
with the Honolulu rental market, what have you seen shift along with all of these homes that are now maybe that can't sell or are not selling are coming to be rentals now?
Okay, so all this confusion started in August, really. In August, we started to get a lot of calls. September is one of the slowest rental months of the year because everybody has already moved here from the military. The military does a shift of about 7,500 families move out of Honolulu, just Honolulu. So the other 7,500 families will move out over the course of the next 8 months.
Yeah.
But 15,000 families switch out here every year. It's crazy because of the military.
Yeah.
We have 5 military bases here. So August is when the craziness started, but that's at the end of the rental market. School starts September, actually August, and then September is a slow month. Well, the military released about 600 to 1,000 families to leave the island in September, which is weird. So now we have a whole bunch of rentals on the market from August and then the new ones in September. So come October, all the sellers now who haven't been able to sell their units for 3, 4, 5 months say, hey, try and rent my unit. So we have all that glut, and you get into October, November.
Yeah.
Now we're in November. The holidays are here.
Yep.
Yes. And now you're going to be stuck with that all the way until December. The realtors that call me now, I tell them, hey, you're going to be stuck with this until January. So you might as well just try to sell it.
Yeah.
So how many properties, Duke, how many properties do you have sitting vacant right now? Do you have many available?
Okay. We have about 40, which is really high for us.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
At one point, at the end of September, we had 60, and I was freaking out.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So normally our website carries 20 to 30 year round. Sometimes we'll go as low as 16 or 15, but now we're up in the 40s.
And so what would be your two most important tips for property owners to get a tenant in there now?
So what I've been telling people is you got a week left, pretty much.
Yeah.
So what I would do is change the marketing, offer an incentive or lower your price, one of the two. So incentive to tenants is to offer them $500 move-in fee, $800 move-in fee. But if you drop your rental ask by $100, it's gonna cost you $1,200 over the next year.
Yeah.
If you just say $500, it'll be half of that.
Yeah.
So offer a $500 move-in bonus. If you're really aggressive, you can offer $1,000. But if you go another month of vacancy, that's like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 that you're never gonna get back.
Yeah. I think
do it now.
All the advice that you've been providing over the years is all coming to a head Be willing to take on pets. Make sure that your place is like, in really pristine shape.
That you have parking.
That you have parking.
AC, all of that
Parking
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parking and AC. Oh, two of the number 1 and 2 things that you look for in a rental.
Yeah. And so those are all the things that you're going to do. And you know what? It's the long play, right? That's why you're telling them, got to make your decision. Do you want to rent it or do you want to sell it?
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
It's a tough decision, and I can't answer that for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Duke, as always,
Sure.
providing excellent value and advice.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. So that's Duke Kim Han with Hawaii Pacific Property Management. You can find him under our Experts We Trust tab.
Do us a favor when you give Duke a call. As soon as he answers the phone, I want you to go, Chee-hoo! and say, I heard you on the Team Lally Real Estate Show. And Attilio told me to say that. Because here's the deal, folks. If anything, if you're at a crossroads and we're seeing more and more. Hello, folks. The shift is here. Is the shift here?
The shift is here.
The shift is here. We're seeing builders providing incentives now. There's no more wait listing. The statistics or the data, before we were seeing offers and price points at 105% of asking. Now we're going the other way. It's 90% of asking. So for you sellers out there, I'm going to help out you realtors struggling with your sellers that are like, hey, wait a minute. My neighbor's home sold for $800,000 2 months ago. Well, you know what? $800,000 was the pre-shift price. If that was the last comp in your neighborhood, you may be having to list your home at $775.
Mm-hmm. And offer some kind of like a 2-1 buy down or some kind of credits to get the interest rates down. So,
and by the way, we do have strategies for you as a seller to get the interest rate down for your buyer. If you want to learn how to do that, all you have to do is book a high pressure. We put you in a headlock, hold your kids hostage consultation. No, do we do all that stuff?
No.
It's purely informational.
We'll just talk story.
We're going to talk story.
That's all.
We're going to say, hey, the interest rate is really high. You got to do the kind. And if you do the kind, you're going to get the kind interest rate for your buyer. So if you want to learn out the more details of the kind strategies that we have, call 1-800-THE-KIND. No.
799-9596.
All right. Speaking of ways to protect that investment and make it more enjoyable so you're not getting bit by centipedes, who do we have?
We have Taylor from Kilauea Pest Control with his tip of the week.
Yes, pest control tip of the week. What do we have, Taylor?
Hey, thanks for having me. Good to hear you guys. From you guys again today. I was watching a movie recently with my wife. Have you guys seen the movie Ratatouille?
Yes.
Ratatouille,
it's been a while though. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while for us too, but it's such a really good one. But it had me thinking that I think we've talked about birds and termites and all that stuff a lot. I don't think we've talked about rodents too much on this show, but
or cooking rats.
I'll share a little bit about that.
Cooking rats.
Oh, hey, Taylor, here's
real life isn't like that movie.
So Taylor, here's a segue real quick. We were in Belize, and they were telling us a little story about they have these big rats. They don't have tails.
What's it called? A royal rat.
Royal rat, and you know why it's called a royal rat in Belize?
I don't.
Because
allegedly,
but maybe Google it. Yeah, if you Google it, it must be true. No, they actually it's a delicacy in Belize to get those big rats and turn them into a stew.
Well, it's like a rat-like creature.
Well, it's a rat-like creature. It looks like a big hamster to me, but anyway, it was a local delicacy, and supposedly they served it up to Queen Elizabeth when she was visiting because it was a royal part of the British colonies, and she partaked. And henceforward today, it's called the royal rat.
Wow!
Just by the locals. That's not
the locals told us in Belize. So anyway, so now there's a new thing. Like when you eating unfamiliar meat, you gotta say, "Wow, this tastes just like rat."
Royal rat.
Tastes like royal rat. But anyway, you were saying about the rodents, our furry friends.
A great side note. I'm totally going to use that next time I talk about rats.
Yeah.
I think we reversed roles this week.
Yeah.
And on that same note, do you know the 3 type of main rats in Hawaii? I'll give them to you real quick. So there's the Norway rat, which is The one that mostly is on the ground, it's a little bit bigger, and then there's the roof rat, which is the one that most people see that causes the most problems. As you can tell by the name, roof rat, they're up in the trees, they're in your attics, they can jump pretty far. They can jump about 6 feet from standing, so they're jumping telephone lines, palm frond trees to your roof. And then the third one is called the Polynesian rat. And now that one, like, people hardly see. They're kind of out in the field.
Yeah.
They're kind of bigger too. So that's kind of the main three rats. As far as rats in Hawaii, the roof rat, like I said, is the main one you're going to worry about. And there's trapping is really important, but also exclusion. I think we've talked about bird exclusion a lot on this radio show. We're putting the vent covers over the attic holes.
Mm-hmm.
That way birds aren't getting into your attic. Rats, the same thing, right? So you're going to trap rats as they enter your house. They're pretty sneaky creatures. They can fit through the size of a quarter, but anything the size of their head, they can squeeze the rest of their body through. Kind of disgusting, right? But so they don't need a lot. But you can do some exclusion work. And so we actually posted a video on YouTube and our social media recently about a tip that homeowners can use when they're using like the foam to fill up holes around your house. And you've probably seen that construction foam, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be a good way to block off stuff. But rats, they're constantly chewing, because here's another tip for you, or weird fact. Rats' front teeth, they grow constantly throughout their lifetime.
So they have to chew.
So they have to chew on things to grind them down. Otherwise, they will actually reverse grow into their brain and they'll die. So it's pretty gnarly, right?
It's a matter of life or death.
So they're always chewing, right?
Yeah.
And so with that foam, what you can do is you can put steel wool. They don't like the texture of that. That's one of the few things they won't chew through because they hate it. You'll put that in the hole first and then put the foam over, and then that will help them not just chew right through the foam when you try and seal up different gaps around your house. And so that's a little tip you can use, something that we use sometimes, depending. We have other options, of course, for exclusion, but that's an easy one for homeowners to try and attempt. And we actually have a video about it if you want to go look about it on YouTube and stuff so that they can get some visual here.
Well, it might be easier.
For this week,
Yeah, it might be easier for them to just press the easy button. What's that? Call.
Just call.
Call you guys.
And ask for help. I know that you guys have helped me with some bird issues.
Yeah.
And then since I have that quarterly service, I had some rat traps laid.
Yeah.
So you guys are awesome with your
when you was talking about
the servicing of clients.
When you said, do you know what the three rats are? My mind went to your friend when you was in high school that told your parents you was when you cut school. And then the second one was that friend of yours that can't keep a secret to save their lives. And then the third one was that friend or relative that's always taking video of you when you had too much to drink and posting it on social media.
Those are different kinds.
Different kind of rats. Different kind of rats. Okay. But
different tech traps for them.
Great tips. And, I like the fact that you guys have you guys have all kinds of different options for people. Very flexible. I feel like I'm not only the president of the hair club for men, but I'm also a member because I have you guys come to my house.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the one thing I like about you guys when they come. Well, you guys call, text, make sure you know I'm coming on. I say, yeah, come out.
And then the follow-up.
And then the follow-up in that.
How did it go?
But you know what? It's always in the frontline experience that determines the companies that will stick around and the ones that won't. And here's what I like about what you guys do every day. You guys come and spray the perimeter of my home. You guys move the slippers and the floor mats and the doormats.
It's just the little things.
They just move the little things. Yeah. You move them back, move them out of the way so that you guys can spray around them and not spraying the pest control all over my Scott slippers. I like that.
Of course, got to save those Scots. Those are nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all about the details. And I'd say, we love the weird problems. Yeah, of course, there's like this main type of bugs in Hawaii, but we love getting creative with weird problems and stuff where throw it at us. We'll figure out how to take care of whatever bug or pest you got going on. That includes, we're doing stuff for larger stuff like pigs and chickens and stuff too. So we do across the board, whatever you got.
All right. So,
that's good to know. Thank you, Taylor.
All right. Next week, we're going to have Taylor talking about Wolverine problems. No, we don't have no Wolverines here.
Thank you, Taylor. All right. So you can get a hold of Taylor and the Kilauea Pest Control team by going to our website, teamlally.com. We have a resource tab and experts we trust.
All right. Next, we have, she's an emerging talented singer. She does karaoke by night. And No. That's somebody else. No, who's on the show?
We have Chastity. with
Chastity.
American Floor and Home with her tip of the week.
Chastity, I just saw your name on the screen, and that's like an entertainer's name.
Well, she's going to entertain us with some information about our homes.
Yeah, she's going to be hosting a show called American Floor Star Search.
That's right.
Yes, that's the one, because not karaoke by night. Definitely not.
Karaoke by night, home and floor by day.
I mean, hey, that could be a thing.
Yeah, I think you guys should, part of your remodeling, you guys should install karaoke at you guys' showroom. You know why? Because you never know. People.
I did have a great tip.
Yeah.
Give us your tip.
Look, you guys are doing karaoke rooms now.
No, I did have a great tip, but I was going to say, our installers sing too,
Yep. They're mobile.
So
do they whistle while they work? Like the dwarves?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They're happy. Yeah.
But so what you got for us this week?
Well, this week I did want to just talk about a lot of care and maintenance. What we've been seeing a lot of is our clients are coming up and saying, like, how do I take care of this carpet? So care and maintenance, one, we definitely want to encourage our clients to stay on top of the 12 to 18 months hot water steaming for their carpet.
Yes.
Vacuuming your flooring every so often and using the right vacuum as well. But as far as the hot water steam cleaning, a lot of people ask, like, why don't I shampoo it? How come I'm not using some kind of soap? Can I do it by myself?
Yeah.
Well, one, when you put down like shampoo and condition your carpet, it actually manipulates the fiber of the carpet. So we want to make sure it's hot water extraction, keeps the integrity of the fiber, and it just basically bounces your carpet back to life. So that's number one. Number two, using the right vacuum for any type of flooring. You don't want to like beat up the fibers. You want to make sure it's still taken care of, because what can happen is it untwists and then it can flatten. And a lot of people talk about, like, my carpet's all crushed. It's so flat. Like, what's happening? So using the right techniques, using the right vacuums will definitely give the carpet the integrity of life that it needs to, whether it be 10 years, 15, or 25 years.
Chastity, how do you know what's the right kind of vacuum? Like, what's the best vacuums for different types of rugs? How do you know these things?
Yeah. So there's actually, it's funny, but I never knew about this, but there's a American Rug Institute. There's a website for it. It's also noted on our website, American Floor and Home, when we talk about carpets and things like that and how to maintain. But you can always talk to a client advisor too. It is shown on the American Rug Institute website. They talk about Miele vacuums, certain vacuums, like maybe if you have this type of carpet or this type of flooring, what kind of vacuums are definitely recommended. Yeah. That's always the best tool to go on there. Yeah.
And you guys,
it's not just us, right?
And you guys carry a variety of vacuums as well, correct? Or
we carry the brand Miele, but we do carry different types of Miele vacuums. Yeah.
Nice.
Which is great. It's a German company. It's definitely a well-known company too. So a lot of people who have seen Miele appliances, especially in the Kaka'ako condos, that is the same brand.
Oh, nice.
So Chastity, before we let you go, is there anything going on for this upcoming Black Friday? You guys getting ready for some big sales?
Coming into the holidays.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. We are actually doing 40% off, up to 40% off of select flooring and carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And we also, whatever's not on the 40% off, we are offering 20% off. And that includes our Air Dog, air sanitizer items, products as well. So if you don't have an air sanitizer, definitely should have one. That's 20% off right now too. Lots of great things. So that's going to be running next week, Monday, the 21st, all the way to the Saturday, so the 26th. But we are closed on Thanksgiving Day.
Awesome.
So everything's on sale pretty much.
Well, I heard you guys are the avocado shag carpet. You're 100% off.
Hey, some people like that.
Yeah. Some people do, and for the ones who love it, we gotta charge you a little bit of something.
Yeah.
But yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
some people look for it.
well, we highly recommend that you guys come down and go visit.
And take advantage of the sales.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Between 20 to 40%
Absolutely.
off. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And so we told them they come in the showroom. As soon as they walk in, they're going to go, chee-hoo! I was sent down by the Team Lally radio show.
Oh, yes.
And, they said they
Yes, we
they told
love
them they'd be
that. We
welcomed.
love that.
And so if you're way in the back and you hear a loud
Yeah.
chee-hoo,
Oh,
you know they came in
absolutely.
off the show.
There you go.
Okay,
Your way in.
fantastic. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chastity.
Awesome.
Okay.
We like that energy. Thank you
Yes.
both so much. Have a great day.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right. So check them out on that resource tab and experts we trust.
By the way, it's an employee-owned company, locally owned company from
Yes.
a local family, and they have more inventory
Than anyone.
than any other company on the island in-house. So if they got it, they can install it and you don't have to wait.
Okay, I'm going to share a review and then we're going to
Take a
the
break.
Yeah, so this is from Jenny. Mahalo to Alicia and Team Lally for helping to sell my mother's property. Their team of experts helped make the entire process go very smoothly. This was a 5-star review left on Google. So,
Hey,
Yeah.
when we come back, we'll be talking to Kyler Edginton of Habilitat. We're going to talk about values and mission of the center and their community activities and projects.
stay with us.
Do you have an investment property you haven't really been managing? It's time to sell. And you know what that means? It's time to call my friends Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams, Honolulu. Ernesto and Stephanie did. After some small fixes and touch-ups and the help of Team Lally full-time photographer, Ernesto and Stephanie received multiple offers and closed on their investment property at list price. All in less than 45 days. That's right, you heard it. Less than 45 days. Get 5-star treatment from a team of agents with a professional crew. Trust Adrian and Attilio of Team Lally to do the job for you. Call them right now, 808-799-9596. Or you can visit teamlally.com. That's teamlally.com.
Hey, it's your friend Sean Hannity, and as you know, I am not afraid to be honest and say exactly what I feel. When it comes to selling your home, you need to know there are real estate agents out there that just rely on yard signs, well, and a few $100s in marketing. Now, I'm going to make this very easy for you and tell you about a team of real estate agents whose marketing plan is in a whole different league than anyone else you will talk to. I'm talking about Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams, Honolulu. Now, Adrian and Attilio spend thousands of dollars every month and attract hundreds of buyers every week. Now, because of that, if they can't sell your home at a price and deadline that you agree to, they will buy your home. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Team Lally in Hawaii. And if I needed to sell a home in Hawaii, well, I would call Team Lally. Call Team Lally now at 799-9596 or online at teamlally.com. That's teamlally.com. And consider your home sold.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. To sell your home on time for the most money, you need a sharp agent with a marketing strategy that creates the most demand. Bottom line, you need a partner willing to put their own money on the line for you. In Hawaii, I would hire Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi. Their marketing strategy is so effective that if your home doesn't sell on terms you agree to, Team Lally will buy it. Partner with the team I trust. Go online or call and get your home sold.
Tired of waiting 2-3 months to finalize your home loan or refinance? Jody Tonga and her team at Pacific Rim Mortgage have a turn time of 30 days or less by processing your loans locally.
Take advantage of today's low interest rates by calling our good friend Jody Tonga of Pacific Rim Mortgage. Her personal cell is 488-5510. That's 488-5510.
Hey, Adrian, guess what?
What, Attilio?
Jody has a huge secret.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
I can tell you.
Yes, you can.
Okay, here it is. Jody has a free home buying guide that reveals insider tips others may not want you to know.
Wow, how do I get this free home buying guide?
Easy. Just go to her website, pacificrim.com. That's PAC or PACRIMMTG.com.
I see the free homebuyer guide has valuable information that can help me avoid mistakes and could cost me tens of thousands of dollars over the lifetime of my loan.
Yes. So check out their site. That's pacificrim.com, or give her a call at 488-5510. That's 488-5510. What's the website?
It's PAC, P-A-C, RIM, R-I-M, Mortgage, MTG.com. Hawaii, NMLS ID 1032554.
If you're looking for an outstanding insurance agent that will personally help you during the moment of truth, we recommend Bradley Maruyama with Allstate Insurance.
So, Attilio, what do you mean by the moment of truth?
Well, the best insurance is the insurance you never have to use, but we know that's not how life works. So when life happens, you can count on Bradley and his team to exceed your expectations for your insurance needs.
Keep in mind that when buying a home, the cost of home insurance should be taken into consideration. I trust Bradley with my own personal home, so you should give him a call. Call Bradley with Allstate Insurance at 591-8016.
When you're trying to find the best of the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the islands. 227-2703.
Hello, Hawaii. It's Colin Coward. Things may have changed in the sports world, but the games must go on. Look, I invest in real estate all over America, and right now, with the ultra-low interest rates everywhere, if you're serious about selling your home, you need to talk.
The Team Lally Real Estate Show continues.
Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it.
Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio.
And if you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Our guest today is the public relations representative of Habilitat Incorporated. He also helps coordinate fundraisers and corporate sponsorships for the program.
He's 29 years old and grew up in California and Alaska. He's been in the Habilitat's program for 20 months and works in their business enterprise departments. So welcome our guest, Kyler Edginton of Habilitat.
Hi, Kyler.
Aloha. Thank you for having me.
Sure. All right. So we always like to get everybody's origin story. So tell us, how did you're not from here originally, how did you end up here in Hawaii?
Yeah, so actually I grew up in California, and I spent most of my adult life in Alaska. And through a series of events, I found myself in Hawaii. It's actually kind of an interesting story. I was on my way home through Seattle back to Fresno in California, and there was a situation where someone needed to get off the plane because it was overcapacitated for the pandemic, and they're offering $1,000 for someone to get off the plane for a night. And I chose to get off the plane and take $1,000. And then I found myself in a series of unfortunate circumstances. And that was actually probably the ticket to save my life and sent me out here to Hawaii. I spent some time on the Big Island after that. And this is about 2 years ago. And then from there, I found my way here to Oahu at the Habilitat program.
So, hey, things happen for a reason.
That's right. And we're so glad that you found your way to Oahu and to Habilitat.
Well, Habilitat's, been around what is it, 19?
It says 47 years.
47 years.
So we're approaching the 50th soon.
Yeah, it's actually, so we've been doing our Christmas tree fundraiser. We've been doing that since 1975. So that's been 47 years. And we actually started in 1971. So actually, after this year, we'll be approaching our 52nd.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's a long time program.
Absolutely.
So share with us a little bit about what exactly is this program? What does it entail?
Well, let's, here's what I want to do on this one, Kyler. I want you to tell us immediately, just let's get straight to it on the fundraiser and then go to that question. And then we're going to hit them at the end with the fundraiser again.
Okay. Fundraiser. What is it? And fundraiser again.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, so we have a couple of fundraising projects throughout the year.
Yeah.
And our next big project is going to be our Christmas tree lots. And then that happens on November 26th. And we sell trees
all the way until we run out around Christmas time. And we have different lots around the island. So our 4 retail lots, we have one here in Kaneohe, and that's by Safeway. We have another at the Coco Marina Center in Hawaii Kai. And then there's 2 more. We have one at Stadium Mall in Aiea. And then last but certainly not least, we have our main central lot at Central Union Church in town. And we have everything from door charms and wreaths to small, cute little baby trees all the way up. So we actually, I believe, have a couple of 15 and 20 footers left.
Wow.
So we have a little bit of everything.
All right.
And then you could also go onto the website and pre-order, correct?
Absolutely.
Like even like right
so
now, today, you could do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You could call our number at 808-235-3691 and ask for one of our sales representatives, and we can get you a pre-order tree today. It's a pretty good deal because you're going to be able to get a small discount on the tree, and then you're also going to be able to have that tree held for you, and you'll be able to pick from that category of tree any tree you'd like in the category that you choose.
You know,
so you get a much better selection.
And you know what that's going to prevent?
What's that?
People who procrastinate ending up with the scraggly tree.
That's what they get.
That does happen over the year. I was just talking to somebody about how it's interesting. Your salesmanship is actually going to increase while you're running the lot towards the end of the year, because that will be your time to really make the sales on the last minute trees that are left over from the lots.
You tell them, I know this tree looks like one sorrel cactus, but it's an Arizona Christmas tree. That's going to be the line.
and next year, you'll just pre-order.
Yeah.
So just go to the website and just do it now.
Yeah. You know, this scraggly tree is going to make you appreciate the holidays even that much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what? You don't have to put so much decorations on them.
No. They're just ready to go.
Yeah, but
they're their own unique characters.
So with this Christmas tree fundraiser, what does the money go towards? How does it support Habilitat?
Yeah, so this is actually, as I was saying, since it's been around for 47 years, this is our main supporting funds for the program. So we do have over 100 residents on our acre-and-a-half facility, and we support all 100 plus of them with food, clothing, vocational training, and we actually take in a lot of people who come from unfortunate circumstance, whether that be incarceration or homelessness. So a lot of us cannot afford the program. So that money is actually going to go back towards the program overhead and also towards helping bring new people in that maybe cannot afford it and come in on scholarship.
So you're mentioning the program and talking about like where some of the participants are coming from. So let's talk a little bit more about what actually is the program. What does Habilitat
Yes, absolutely.
do? Yeah.
So Habilitat, the program, so it's a 3-phase program, and we start off with a 6-month treatment phase, and that's where you kind of get to identify your behaviors and what you need to work on. Second phase is vocational training, and we have many different areas. We have the one I work in, business enterprise. There's also construction, accounting, administration. There's culinary. There's also, we have an inductions team that does admissions, and that gets them kind of skills in a clinical aspect. And you could probably get a job at a treatment center after that very easily.
Yeah.
But the program itself is like, the way I look at it, honestly, is we're one big family. We're very big on family concepts and values. We operate as a whole. We operate as one unit. So not only do we kind of like take the selfishness out of the individual and teach them altruism in its place and teach them to find the good in themselves and help each other find that in themselves. We also try to spread that out into the community. So during our residents' stay here, they're actually going to be getting involved in things that help out the community. Our culinary department makes food for U.S. vets 3 times a day, every single day. My department gets to do school fundraisers for our Christmas trees, and that goes towards local education. We've had projects in the past where we work hand in hand with the community whenever the need may be. And we actually, my favorite one that I've done so far is we have, this is more on the environment side. We've gotten to go plant koa trees over on the Big Island with the owners of Kanilea Ukulele. So we send about 5 residents out every month to the next island.
That's nice.
And they get to, they have a reforestation project, and it's really beautiful. They have a huge project where their plan is to plant 195,000 trees to represent the 195 countries of the world. I believe that's the exact number. I could be off a little bit, but that's their project. And actually, they're doing it. I believe last time I was there, they're well into the tens of thousands of trees planted.
Wow. And you know what? I'm sorry if you're the 196 country, you got to wait till your tree is planted, and then you can be official country. If you now have a tree planted. Let's talk about the services, because people, a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people aren't aware. So let's talk about the services that you guys offer, because these are people that, if you want to do something, some type of construction, some kind of addition, some type of service for your own home, what a great way to give back to the community while spending money on something you were going to spend money on anyway. So let's talk about your services.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we do have a very deep and rich history of our services department. They do construction around the island, and they do commercial and also residential remodeling. The biggest crew, I would say, is our our landscaping and also our residential maintenance. They do a lot around the island, and then also our fencing department. We have a very big fencing department, and also they do a couple of different side things every now and then. I believe we do tiling, and then we used to have somebody who does masonry.
Yeah.
So that is a really good service, and that's the same thing. All the services we provide, you can just call our number and ask to speak with whoever is in charge of construction and services. And that's really good, because same thing, everything we do here is going to go back to the nonprofit. So it all goes towards the people. That's what I think is awesome too, is like when I say it's kind of like a holistic process is, like I came in here without any money. I didn't have anything much at all going on for me. And once you get to the middle stages of your program, whether you're working construction or you're doing what I do, you get to play a part in not only supporting the program that helps save your life, but also in helping save another life. So it's all resident run and for the residents. So it's really a cool process that I feel like you don't see as much nowadays, especially in the treatment community. We're definitely one of a kind.
Well, I think too, with the pathway, unfortunately, not like it's 100%, but it's a higher probability that, it's going to lead to incarceration. And I've watched enough documentaries and seen enough of the statistics. The U.S., we're, the number one country in the world, but also we're also, as far as like products and services and lifestyle. But unfortunately, we're also the number one in the world as far as incarceration. And I think the recidivism is our 50-cent word for today with our incarcerated adults here in the United States is nowhere as good as what you guys are doing as far as breaking that cycle. And so you're catching people, catching individuals and helping them avoid that possible life pathway. Yeah.
Now, Kyler, the program has a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Why your program has some different results than others.
Yeah. Tell us about the great successful results that you guys have and what's been the key to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, from the beginning. So I feel like the program is so successful, one, because of the length of time. Myself, I've been living on the wrong side of the tracks for about 15 years of my life since a young age. So I've tried other things before, and also have had to take some time out from society, if you will, for a few years. And honestly, to reverse 15 years worth of mistakes, for some, it's 20 to 30 years of mistakes for our older residents. I feel like that's not something you can do with a 30-day, 60-day, 90 program. It's just like there's way too much momentum and inertia from a lifestyle like that to just stop it abruptly. And I believe that's one of the biggest factors. Also, we remove people from all distractions, and we're pretty. We have graduated levels of freedom and kind of like privilege here. So when you start off, you're just on the facility. You don't really make a whole lot of phone calls out. You don't have distractions from family, from friends, outside influences. We have a beautiful property on Kaneohe Bay. And then as you start to get older in the program, you start reconnecting with your family more and going out and doing more stuff in society. And I think that's also a big impact. And I think that one of the other biggest things is like we don't focus so much on drugs and alcohol. We actually, it's a rule here, you're not really allowed to talk about it, at least in the sense of glorifying the past and talking about stories. And I really like that opposed to, some traditional methods of treatment where they really talk about like, this happened and that happened. And it's a lot better that way. We focus more on the behaviors that lead towards it. And then also we follow up with people who graduate. So it's the program technically isn't over when you graduate. We stay very connected with our graduates. Our graduates come and visit once a week, sometimes more. And they're always open to having them come eat dinner and lunch with us. And there's a follow-up period where you actually, especially for our residents that come from any kind of court or legal situation, to actually get their clinical discharge from the program, you will have to have a job, stable housing, and no involvement with crime or the justice system 6 months after graduating. Then that's when you officially are a Habilitat graduate. And we stay really plugged in. Also, the program is challenging. We hold a lot of higher standards for people. We teach accountability, punctuality, honesty, hard work. It's a very thorough program. So I've seen a lot of people succeed. I've seen some of my friends, honestly, who were looking at almost life in prison, and the legal system gave them a second chance to Habilitat. And they were able to go through the program and have their family come visit them. It's so awesome to see. And now they're working towards a career to be like an arborist and actually own their own business when they leave here. And they've been able to do Habilitat instead of that. Our director, so to be staff here, you actually have to go through the program. And there's actually 2 graduated phases. You can stay on as an elder and a staff trainee. That's 2 extra years. Then you can stay on as staff. And our executive director, actually, Jeff Nash, went through the program, and he was same kind of situation. He was facing a very long time in prison. He went through the program, and he stuck it out, and now he runs the place. And there's just hundreds of success stories with a program that's been around for this many decades of people who have left and done very well in their lives.
Well, you guys are the extreme version of the second chance.
There you go.
I'm not familiar. Yeah.
Well, it's just giving people a second chance as opposed to, hey, straight to incarceration. It's like you guys are like the Matrix. It's like here's the blue pill and here's the red pill. Swallow this pill, you go back to your normal negative life. Swallow this pill, and we take you down the rabbit hill and show you what your life can be like. Maybe you should have Morpheus in the admissions office. You know what? But
I can't wait to tell the admissions guys that they're gonna love that. No, that's true, because it is a wake up to reality, and we're very strong on reality checks here, and that it's tough love sometimes. We tell it like it is, and we tell it straight, and we don't sugarcoat it, and we tell people where they're falling short. Like, hey, you're selfish. You're totally self-centered. This is what you need to change it, and there's really no room for anything else. And it's awesome because it works. A lot of us came from lack of discipline.
A lot of us we went to visit the facility, and what I like I forgot who told me, maybe it was our host and stuff like that, but I like what they say in the admissions office is that their job is to make sure that you're not just using this as a get out of jail pass. Like, we've joked about
that you're serious
on Monopoly, but this is like for real get out of jail pass, and that they're going to commit to the program because you don't want them in there skating by and then influencing the other people and dragging them down with them. You guys are very serious about your admissions program. And if you make it through that, then then it's up to them if they're serious about making that change in their life, because the program is going to put you through the paces, right? You can only fake it for so long.
So this
absolutely
the program sounds wonderful and intense and exactly what's needed. And also it comes with a cost. So back to the fundraiser. The trees, that's coming up. You can pre-order your Christmas tree.
Go down to the lots.
Support Habilitat.
You know what? Tell the people the locations again, because I know they pop up everywhere, but we want people focused on these locations. Because the other places, they're going to sell out too. Home Depot, Costco, all those places.
But this supports a local nonprofit that's
Yeah.
actually, doing some very important work.
I would say that the dollar you spent with the Habilitat tree lots is going to come back 20-fold into our community.
Yes.
I love Home Depot, Costco, and all of that. I spent a lot of money over there, but I want to see that money coming back into our community, saving some individuals in our own backyard. And
these individuals also do a lot of community service.
Yeah.
So like serving the U.S. vets and working with the local schools.
Yeah.
So it's this trickle down effect.
But tell us the lots again before we wrap it up. Tell us where these lots are.
Yeah, absolutely. So our main lot, and that usually has the best selection of trees, especially if you're looking for the larger ones.
Yeah.
That's going to be Central Union Church, and that is in town. And then we also have the Stadium Mall, which is by Ice Palace in Aiea.
Okay.
And then we have our home lot, which is here in Kaneohe, and that is going to be by Safeway, the Safeway Shopping Center. And then we also have our lot at the Coco Marina Center. And I believe this year we will be setting up by First Hawaiian Bank.
Yeah. So we tell all our listeners, when you go down to the lot, first thing you do, as soon as you get on the lot, is yell, "Choo-hoo!"
Yeah.
Team Lally Radio Show told us to come down. So you know who our listeners are.
Definitely.
Thank you, Kyler, for calling in and sharing a little bit about Habilitat and then also this Christmas tree fundraiser.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you on Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for having me on, and I look forward to seeing you two on Monday.
All right. Thank you, Kyler.
Aloha.
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 All right. So we've got a few minutes left.
Should we talk about some open houses or some properties?
Yeah, we have some open houses. Well, there's new to the market with some nice new little renovations here. It's going to be over in Kailua from 2 to 5 this Sunday on Kihapai Street.
And that's two. We've got, I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's 4 structures.
4 structures, 2 separate CMKs.
That's right. So there's 2 different listings, and they each have 2 structures on the property.
They got lots of parking, lots of common area spacing,
beautiful trees, lots of shade.
And you know what? This property's been in the family
cute.
For a long time. So this property's not been on the market for since the 80s.
Yeah. Well, no, probably longer than that. And there's also some wonderful rental income potential. Like you could live in one and rent the other, or just rent them both out. What a great way to afford your new home in Kailua.
Yeah. So, what's great is we've got some rental income calculations are right on the door. So come by and you can see, I'm looking at this structure. What's the rental income?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? And guess what?
What?
If they write an offer on both of them, you might get a deal. So maybe you're just a baller and you want the whole shebang. You get the shebang deal.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right to your offer.
Okay.
Well, thank you for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
And who are our sponsors?
Jody and Derek of Pacific Rim Mortgage.
I didn't have my paper
Bradley
ready.
with Allstate Insurance.
Kenji with Pillar to Post Home Inspections.
John with Kilauea Pest Control.
Duke with Hawaii Pacific Property Management.
Kyle with Impact Wealth Solutions.
Robinson with Fine Line Paintworks.
Chastity of American Floor and Home.
Jake with Skyda Construction, Roofing and Solar.
Ryan with Zero Res Hawaii.
They will clean my house. If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, just go to teamlally.com.
We also want to give a big thank you to Leah Rodriguez, our producer here in the studio.
Yee-hoo.
Make sure to tune in next week. We'll have an awesome guest talking about something that'll change your life
forever. This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the guaranteed
sold program. If we can't sell your home at the agreed upon price and or time frame, we'll have it bought for cash.
Thanks and aloha.
Oh, you guys are so smart.